What's up, everyone? We're back for more Gran Turismo. We're gonna do. I had to go look up which race was doing what for what, and I had to really decide on a car I wanted to use, so I had to go buy one. Just didn't have one I wanted to use for this race, so I bought this car because today is the day of the Daytona 500. So, what better way to use another old classic NASCAR for this? As well as we're going to go, the race we're going to do screams to use a car like this. So, we're going to do Seattle Circuit. It's 40 laps. This car has 588 horsepower. Oh, you know what we're going to do? Let's do a little digging around on this car. Show off the specs. I got a big V8. I got it fully tuned up. Let's do it. Okay, 1970 Superbird. And you thought high wings were a 90s performance look innovation. Although superficially similar to Dodge's 69 Charger-based Daytona, the Superbird was based on Plymouth's slightly smaller Roadrunner. The purpose was the same: to be eligible for stock car racing, a certain number of lookalike street-legal versions of a car had to be built. In Plymouth's case, that meant slightly under 2,000 Superbirds, which differed from the standard Roadrunner with an aerodynamic nosepiece, special hood and fenders, convex rear wing, and of course, the tall rear wing. Just to confirm its identity, Plymouth was spelled out in foot-high letters on the rear quarters, and a large Roadrunner cartoon character holding a racing helmet appeared on the wing. Under the hood was a 440 cubic inch V8 with 375 horsepower and 480 foot-pounds of torque. A rare, expensive option was the street version of the 426 Hemi used in racing with 425 horsepower and 490 foot-pounds of torque. The Superbird was a relatively raw-boned machine with comfort options like air conditioning not available, nor was the trailer towing package. The Superbird was meant to look like it belonged on the race car trailer, not to pull it. And it was about as close to a real stock car racer as available to the public in its time. And then this was the car that got Chrysler thrown out of NASCAR because they didn't build 2,000 of these things. They only built 500. And NASCAR found out and banned them from NASCAR. So I'm using an illegal car. Alright, let's do this race. You'll see why I took an old car into this too, because you have to. There might be a Camaro or a Cobra Mustang in this thing somewhere, but... Oh, it's a race star. Oh, there's a Series 1. But this thing even sounds like a NASCAR. Holy jeez! Okay, this thing also has the brakes of chewing gum. It weighs as much as a small moon. As you can see from the length of it, I'm like twice as long as everything else. Like, oh, it's a GT500. Oh, this thing's really fun to drive. Now I put racing soft tires on it just to kind of cushion this thing out. But it should handle the bumps relatively well because... Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know how I didn't hit the wall there. But, I had to stiffen the suspension up because it started out like 4-pound spring rate. And I'm like, nah, this thing's gonna be freaking rolling around like a boat. Which it already is a boat. This thing's actually handling pretty good. It doesn't have a lot. You would think that with all this aerodynamic package stuff on it, it would have good downforce. It doesn't. This thing has awful downforce. This thing is fast. So yeah, 40 laps. And the sad thing is I have to do this race at least 2 times. Because there's 2 cars you can win. These endurance races you can win more than 1 car. But this is the only race that I actually care about winning the other car in. Because most of the other races are junk cars. Just more Skylines, Toyotas, and I'm just like, and Hondas. And I'm like, I don't care about that crap. The cars I get from this are freaking sweet. Strap yourselves in, everybody. We got a long haul. I'm gonna try and get 10 laps out of the tires per go around. mine don't handle all that bad. I got it set up pretty nice. Definitely handles like a stock car, I'll tell you that. But the rear ain't jumping out. It's like the rear wheels are actually helping turn the car, which is nice. I got about a nice mid-range gear setup in this thing. I try to make it as close to Richard Petty's color, because he drove this thing in the 43 STP car. I was hoping they would have put the racing modification on it to make it look like his car, but Chrysler being Chrysler doesn't do anything smart. It's the one time they had a good idea and then they ruined themselves. Oh Lord, look at the map. Only 2 laps in, I'm already blowing the pack out. This big burly car can scoot, I'll tell you that. I've only got a 5-speed transmission. You can see I got the gearing set up pretty well where I hit that top speed just about straight away there. Yeah, you can definitely tell this thing's a NASCAR. Now I would have probably used the Chevelle 454 SS, but they don't have that in this game because GM's an idiot. GM's so dumb. I thought about using my Viper race car that I won, but I had too much horsepower. But yeah, I know I haven't recorded this game as much as I should have been. But like I always said, this was always my side LP. So I was like, I haven't recorded this in a while. I better do something. And I wanted to find those 2 cars I wanted really, really bad, because one of them I'm going to use for that Rome 2-hour event. The last time I did it, I used the Vector. And I'd rather use this other car. Hopefully, one of the 2. If I get one or the other, I'll be happy. I have to do this race twice, and I'm debating on whether or not to do it on screen or not. I might do it on screen and use a race car just to show how much faster I can do this with it. This race with a real race car, probably that Skyline I've been using. Come on! Got the USS Missouri out here trying to go on this track. Oh, the tires are already falling off. You gotta be kidding me. Real gentle with the throttle on this car, because this has got gobs of power. This is the first car I've seen where I can do an NA tune up to stage 3, and that's why I got 588 horsepower in this thing, so I'm 3 below the limit on this race. So I was like, I made a correct choice. I thought about using the Shelby Cobra race car. Buying that, but that thing's $1 million, but it sounds so good. I might just have to splurge and buy that car and get what is it? And then do this race again. I would record this race again with that car. I'm going to go a little bit slower now. Sliding around all over the place. Whoa, that's a wall. It's still handling okay. It's going to go a little slower. Ooh. Tires are bouncing out very well, so that's a good sign. A little over a minute 30 a lap. Not bad. I've seen much worse. I thought about upgrading my trusty Cobra Mustang and using that for this race, but then I was like, nah, let's use a new car. But I like this car. I never really drove it that much when I was back when I used to play this game non-stop. I mean, I liked it, but I never drove it that much. But I will say this, I drove this race here more than any, because I just love this track. Those wide sweeping corners. It's all about rhythm, braking lines, and I'm using the same braking lines I learned way back then. I never forgot this track. Oh, that's a wall. Yeah, that's okay, that's our first wall hit. Because I took a bad line in that corner. It cost me a 133 time. No, give me a second. Oh, why did you not turn, car? What's wrong with you? Ho-ho-ho-ho! I hope I get a chance to record some Rain Red today, but we'll see. Let's roll! Car to roll another corner. It don't handle too bad. It's just front grip is the problem. Yeah, this thing definitely drives like a NASCAR. I've played a lot of NASCAR simulators, like actual simulators, not that garbage that EA kept shoving down our throats for all those years. NASCAR Thunder, yeah, it plays like crap. Thanks, EA, for making a game that's not what the people who watch the sport want. And you keep making it. And people finally got sick of it because you never put frickin' physics in it. And when it would go to caution, you couldn't tell how many caution laps are going by. Ever. Now, I have to admit, they did make one that was good. I think it was 2005. That one was actually really good. It's really well made. It actually had some physics on the cars. And then the one after, the year after that, was completely broken mess. It was nowhere near as good. Oh, the rear's starting to kick out. But yeah, they lost their license. So actually, what they did was they bought out this amazing company that made racing games, Papyrus, shut them down. Took this amazing game engine that they had, which is the best racing game engine ever made, and put it on a shelf and never used it. They made one game with it. It didn't sell because nobody wanted an EA written on their NASCAR game, and so they shelved it. And they've never used it again, and they didn't port it to consoles that at the time could use that game engine, and they just let it go to waste. Oh, this car got squirrely. I'm coming for you! Quick, launch the aircraft off the hood. What's that? That's a muscle car. Oh! Went too fast. Whoa! Oh, the tires are definitely falling off now. Yeah, I'll get 10 laps out of these tires, no problem. So, we're looking at 3 stops. This track is pretty hard on tires, I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about putting medium slicks on this thing, but I was like, nah, I don't know exactly how the handling's gonna be, and this thing still weighs like the better part of, you know, it still weighs over 3,000 pounds, and I was like, you know what, let's just take the tires that I know are gonna work. I know how they work on this track. thinking about using my ZZ3 race car on this, Tom's race car, whatever it was. Now it'd be a disservice to this race and myself to use that freaking ridiculous thing. Ugh. This engine can power this freaking top up that hill like that. Oof. So on a brighter note, unlocked my T-32 American heavy tank War Thunder, which is quite crazy of a tank, but I still think that the Pershing is better. This Pershing shoots faster and gets composite rigid ammo, whereas the T-32 doesn't get any extra ammo and it shoots slower. And the standard AP is good, but it's not fantastic. But I will say this, that T-32 is armored like a battleship. It's just like a bigger, fatter, more heavily armored version of the Pershing. It's fun to use. Bad ammo and all. Well, I can't say the ammo's bad, it's just not the best. But it can hold its own, it does okay. I'm just not ever really going to use it that much because the tank's only going up against are IS-4s and IS-8s, or IS-3s and 4s, and that's all people drive at the high tiers because some Russian guys scribbled a drawing on a napkin and they built a prototype and said, hey, there it is. But at least it got built, unlike War Thunder. I mean, not War Thunder, World of Tanks. It was scribbled on a napkin. You can even see the grease stain where he wiped his mouth on it. But hey, it was a thing. Let's build it. Let's put it in this game. I mean, there's so many tanks in that game, like, never left the blueprint stage. I'm like, then why is it here? It was never built because it sucked. Whoa! Love that Mustang, but side, bruh. Really haven't fallen off that much. Maybe I can make it a two-stop race, I don't know. I mean, they're just now turning orange. Let's just drive a little smoother. I can squeeze out another couple laps on these tires. Let's do that. It might still be a three-stop race, but I'll get one more lap out of it. We'll see. This could be pushing it. Even my braking is suffering from this. Yeah, come on. Come on, there we go. Oh, there we go. I'm liking this car. This is pretty cool. Woohoo! Whoa! Whoa! Alright, yeah, the front wheels are gone. We're pitting. It's still gonna be a three-stop race. I tried. Yeah, you gotta be careful getting out of the pits on this track. They'll like try to fling you right into the wall. Oh, cold tires. Cold tires. But they still handle better than the tires I had. Alright, another warming up. Alright, now we're back to going on top speed. Yep, I'm definitely braking better as well. Oh yeah, car handles good like this. Bad for a purpose-built race car. Street legal. There aren't very many of these cars that were ever made, so you see one of these things, that's rare. I know Richard Petty still owns his. There's a couple others in a museum somewhere. I know there's probably a Chrysler museum that has at least one. Go! I'm not doing too bad. I'm making a pretty decent time. Ooh, that's bad. You don't want to clip that. That tears the tires. Oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Take time. Yeah, that's probably the hardest corner in this whole track is going up that hill, I think. Hey, it's a Mustang. But come away. Come away. I'm trying not to pinch you into the wall. Okay. That was not good. Slid the bejesus out of this car. You again. Out of the way. push you faster. I ran a 32-second lap that one time. Holy jeez. Ooh. Whoa, baby. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. Ooh. Too much power. Too much girth. Yeah, I'm definitely getting all my money back. Invested into this car. I'll get most of it back from winning this race. So I figured it was worth it. Halfway. Ooh. Yeah, this race isn't so bad. It takes about an hour. You get a decent little piece of change out of it. It's not the most profitable race, but you do get 2 sweet cars out of this race, but you gotta do it twice. Look at you in your silly Camaro. No silly. Used to drive me a Camaro. Hammerman. Whoa, whoa, went too fast. We're in it, kicking around if I wanted to. Whoa, it's still not kicking around. Car's gotten tight. Kicking around that much. Oh, jeez. I mean, if you can make this car catch air, you're going pretty quick. Start dazing off there. No, we're not doing that. You're not even halfway and you're already getting bored? No. And that's the problem with this race, is it's too easy. And that's one thing I've always noticed. Basically, it's you versus a track, and you're just trying to go as fast as you can to make it end sooner, rather than, oh no, I have these guys I have to go up against. This is not cool. Which is why I want this one car for that Rome 2-hour event, because that's the only hard race in this game. Oh, I clipped that wall. The nose is too long on this thing. It's a darn aircraft carrier. I'm thinking, they haven't really said much, but I think on Top Gear tonight they're going to have the American Top Gear versus UK Top Gear, and I hope they embarrass the bejesus out of Tanner Faust, because they will have the Stig go up against him and just completely wreck his face. And if they try to pull that crap of, what is it, having the Spitfires fly over and do all that with the Germans, which was freaking hilarious. I don't know how American Top Gear's gonna show up. I guess probably like with a tank or something. This will be freaking hilarious. And they'll be like, are you trying to invade us? Because American Top Gear, the show is not well produced. It really isn't. I think it's got a lot of potential, but it's not well produced. They don't do the news. They don't. It's just like, oh, we're gonna go out and drive around in these cars, and do maybe a car review here and there, and then put a star in the car, and then go from there. And it's just like this sucks, because they make the Stig like the 4th host in the UK Top Gear, and it's friggin' hilarious because he's just like a racing ninja. He's like an android. It's funny how they make him like just like a robot. I'd always say if the Stig was somebody in America, it would probably be Mark Martin, but he's too tall. Well, it's pitting time anyway, so I'll lay it all on the table now. Oh, the car don't want to turn, it's getting tight. I'm grinding the front wheels off. I am grinding the front wheels off. I lost all front grip. I mean, there's been a couple of episodes of American Top Gear that are actually quite entertaining, and original. for the most part, they just rehashed what's already been done with the UK version with crappier hosts. But like I've always said before, Rutledge Wood, he's freaking hilarious. Alright, to the pits. Yep, these tires last about 10 laps and then they're... So, one more stop after this and then we're good. Now I can take a drink. Engine noise in this thing. Yep, even cold tires handle better than oranges. Oh, I didn't brake soon enough. But now I got grip. It's all good. Tub of goo. I really thought about using the GT40 for this race, but then I was like, man, it's kind of a British or European sports car. Yeah, it's made by Ford, but it's British. So let's get some American muscle in this race. The real classic. Whoa. I know in later games you can see the Space Needle back that way. And it stands in this game. I think you go by the Seahawks Stadium down here. I'll point it out here in a second. Oh. I think this is the Seahawks Stadium. This is building right there. I think this is the football team stadium, but I'm not entirely sure. Don't hold me to that. I do not know Seattle that well. Never been there. Suckers. This is when I wish I would have taken a race car so that I can get around these corners a little faster, but technically this is a race car, so. But yeah, what they didn't talk about with this car, and a couple things. One, that, you know, this is the car that got Chrysler banned from NASCAR. But the other thing they don't talk about is that actually Chrysler employed NASA to develop the nose cone and rear wing for this car. I mean, they were really wanting to just make the best stock car that they could to compete in NASCAR and win. And so they just took the Roadrunner, made it a little bit bigger, put that nose cone and rear wing on it for added downforce and to cut through the air faster. And I mean, they had a car that was so far superior to anything else out on the track that it was pretty much why they got banned. I mean, NASCAR's looking at it going, this car is freaking crazy. What the heck? So then they found out that they weren't building enough street legal versions, so they threw them out of it, and they didn't get to come back until like late 90s, and then they're running Dodge Intrepids. This car was terrible. And then they switched over to the Charger, and then, I mean, the Dodge teams were just mad at Chrysler the whole time because they were like, why are you going to change our nose on this car when we just now started to figure out how to run this thing? And some of the Dodge teams were still just running Intrepids instead of switching over to the Chargers because they didn't like the Charger nose. And it was pretty crazy. It was. And the Dodge cars were getting worse fuel mileage than the other two makes, and then what else is going on? I mean, they were having reliability issues. I mean, the cars were powerful, but they just had terrible fuel mileage, and they weren't so much more powerful than the other makes that made up for it. It was awful. It was hard to watch the Dodge teams when they first came in. They were just, ugh. But they did go out on a high note at least. Their last year, they did win the championship with Brad Keselowski. And I don't know what to think about that guy. I don't know whether he's going to be the next Kurt Busch or what. Speaking of dumb people, Kurt Busch, I don't know if you're ever going to watch this dude, but you need help, man. You really need some help. Like, your brother, he's a smug, arrogant little prick, but you need help. Which, at least Kyle is playing up that whole villainous role. He's being the heel. And, you know, I respect him for that, because he's like, you know what, people can boo me, but I'm winning, and I love it. And I mean, I respect him for that. And the guy's a heck of a driver, but his brother needs some freaking help. Kurt is just a heck of a driver, always has been, but he is so full of himself ever since he won that championship. And now I think he's pretty much been thrown out of NASCAR for what he just did. I won't go into details. If you want to know about it, look on NASCAR.com. I'm just like, that dude needs some freaking help. I mean, seriously, ever since he won that championship, he's been full of himself. I mean, look what he did. He was driving for Roush. He just won a championship. Okay? He has the best, who I saw at the time, who just recently retired last year, the best crew chief in NASCAR, Jimmy Finnick. Oh! And then decides, I'm going to go drive Penske and take Rusty Wallace's spot at Penske. And I'm going to go drive for a team that hasn't won a race in 5 years. And I'm sitting here looking at this dude going, what's wrong with you? You've got the best equipment, you've got the best stuff, you've got the best crew chief, you've got some of the best crew, and you're going to leave this because you saw dollar signs. I'm sorry, but if I was racing, I would much rather race for a legacy than race for money. You know, if I can get wins somewhere, but I won't make quite as much, fine, I'm making wins. You know, I'll get endorsement deals that are going to far outweigh what, the lack of pay from the company itself. And it's not like these guys aren't hurting for money. It's like, really? So, I know that money talks in sports, but that's one thing I do. I know a lot of people hate Tom Brady, and I don't really care for the guy much myself, but one thing I'll give that guy so much props for, he's taking pay cuts. Because in the NFL they have pay caps on their teams. There's a salary cap, how much money each team can spend on players. So it helps balance the field out for the smaller franchise teams. And I like that idea, I do. But Tom Brady's taking pay cuts so they can hire better people so he can win more. And it's not like he's hurting for money, taking a pay cut. He's wanting to leave a legacy. He cares more about playing the game and winning at the game than making, another $500 a week. And I respect the heck out of him. Look, you. Learn how to drive, you scumbag! The car's too big. Oh, you're getting the shove now. You freaking held me up. Somebody wants to go fast. Somebody wants to go fast. I'm gonna knock the bejesus out of you for making me spin out. Well, let's hope the kitchen here. Going too slow, I can't push him. Yeah, held me up for 10 seconds, you piece of garbage. I feel like there's a car I have not lapped. That's Series 1, where is it? He's gotta be... That's the car I haven't seen. Shelby Series 1 out here, and I haven't seen that sucker since this race started. Either I passed him when he was in the pits, which I doubt. I mean, it's not a bad car, but it's not as good as some of the other stuff Shelby made. Look at that car lean. That freaking Charger's going. Make that small moon fly around this track. One more lap on these tires. Yeah, I can't really catch that Series 1. Look at that. That sucker's flying. And I know I got about 200 to 300 horsepower in that thing. He's just keeping away from me because he handles so good. Whoa! No, Cobra, no. No, this is not going to do anything. I love that car to death, but no. They probably have me in the corners just to get those big, fat, wide tires on that thing. No. No. It's time to pit. It spun out more in that run than anything. Freaking nuts. God, crazy freaking sound effect they got in the cars. Was that the series? That was the Series 1. This was he lapped me. No, I don't have to run off the gas. I just want to try it that time. He must have been in the pits when I went by. Let's see if we can catch up to him. Let's take a look at that car. I thought about buying that one too, but I mean that thing is $1 million, and I was like, I want to save my $1 million for something worth buying. Maybe that Jaguar XJ220. Very quickly. And run the last run. Whoa. Ooh. Oh, that's a pretty good car. Pretty lame. Ha ha! I don't like that Series 1. I just don't. I'm sure it's a good little car and it's got its little following, but it's, I don't know. I love Shelby stuff, but that car I don't like. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Whoa, car, hang on to it. Jeez. Whoa. Don't ask me how I didn't spin out there. That was fast around there. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad. That was real bad. So lay down on the table, not laying on the wall. Come on. What are you doing? Let's go. Should have had this under a freaking hour. I spun it a few too many times. I mean, not bad for just this first time ever taking this car out and driving it, and Lord knows how many years. Especially racing it like this. I mean, I just flicked a couple of notches on the suspension and went, yeah, that should be good. Got the gear ratio spot on first try, and there we go. I could have got a little more acceleration out of it, but I'm happy with where it's at. Cars that I really want and I really love. But the one car I have used in practically every racing game I can think of since this game. It's got a little bit of sentimental value to me. A little bit. Who's in the pits? Yeah, that's a pretty good lap. Yeah, we're making good time now. Very good time. I'm actually starting to figure out how this car handles. It took me 30 laps, so I'm getting it. Second gear is turning gear because it really pulls on the engine and throws the front wheels down. It's just enough to where you can throw that car into a corner, just stomp on that gas, and the rear just helps turn the car. Perfect. Very well balanced. I do like this car. It's a little front heavy, but it's pretty balanced for a big freaking battleship. Turning radius of this small moon. It doesn't necessarily have a turning radius, it has an orbit. Ho ho! More laps to go. Left to go. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do this race again. Probably not right after this. I think the one car will do it right after. I'm going to need to do one more. thought about it. And I went, if I'm going to do that, let's just go with the Superbird. Just go all out. I know it's probably the best old car in this game, or best classic American muscle car. Because it has the downforce on it. Weighing less than the others, but I know it's a NASCAR, it's Daytona 500 days, so why not? Oh, 2 more laps. Let's do it! Decent lap times. Yeah, I'm glad I took racing soft tires. If I'd done the mediums, I'd have been screwed. Super softs are just out of question. They're just terrible. These are tires, these have some durability. Low. Yeah, look how freaking big this car is. A little first-person view. Just to show you, this is how I prefer to play racing games. I hate front bumper cams. That's exactly what this is. Oh, that was not good. I hate front bumper cams. I want a cockpit view or no view. Alright, here we go. White flag in the air. This is the final lap. So I'm just going to steer my battleship around the track one more time. These busted freaking tires on it. They busted tires. Ooh. Yahoo! Yahoo! Let's keep rolling. Drifted, yeah! Brakes. Ooh. And we're done. That's it. 40 laps to Seattle done for round 1 of this. Oh dear. Alright, let's see what we won. Can't wait. Yeah, a lap the whole thing. See, that Series 1 is the car you gotta watch out for. Oh, this looks cool. I like this view. No. Oh, I messed it up. That stupid pause button I gotta use now because it mutes it when I do that. Alright. Game. Hello? Game? There it goes. Oh god, I was like, please don't crash on me now. I just did an hour-long race. 150 G's. And a new car. Let's go see what we won. Either car I'm going to be happy with, but truth be told, I want the one more than the other, but then I start going, maybe I want the other one more than the other, and then, I don't know, what did I get? Okay, that's not the one I was wanting, but this is the car with sentimental value, though. This is my rally car. In every game since this one has had rally racing in it, this car is in it. It's an Escort Cosworth rally car. It has 460 freaking horsepower. It handles extremely well. It is a purpose-built WRC rally car. Oh, they don't have a thing on it. But no, I've actually read up on this car. It was purpose-built to be used towards the rules at the time, and it was perfect for it. And it absolutely just destroys everything. I love this car. I use it for road racing, rallycross, everything. It is so good. So I guess we're going to be doing some rallying here on the next time. So join me next time when we start doing some rallycross again, because I actually have a rally car that I know is good at doing rally. So later, guys. Thanks for watching.